Hi there, it's Connie-Rae. Welcome to today's craft session. Today I'm going to show you how to make this gorgeous card using a few Stampin' Up items out of the current annual catalogue and the holiday catalogue. I'll show you how I've done this. That's the best way to go about it. You're going to need a piece of Whisper White cardstock, which is going to be I had to put you on pause and come back. Whisper White cardstock, which is 11 by 4 1/4, and you're going to need some Berry Burst, which is 5 1/4 by 3 3/4, and then you're going to need a piece of Whisper White, which is 5 by 3 1/2. And this is the cup. We're going to put colour onto this one. We're going to do some blending. And we're also going to need these gorgeous, delightfully detailed laser cut specialty paper pieces. There's lots of options in here. This one actually looks nice, doesn't it? I might use this one, I think. It's kind of looking really, yeah, I think I was going to use this one, which I liked, or this one. I don't know now. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll just go with this one here. The lattice one, just to see what the lattice one looks like. Yep, I'll use the lattice one. Looks easy. Okay, so we'll do that. And what else? I'll work through it as we go. That way you'll be with me as I'm doing it. Okay, so as you can see, oh, actually I might turn that over. As you can see, I've done some practicing. Oh, look at that. Actually, I might just turn that inside out. It's kind of looking a bit scary. Okay. So, to get the colour in this, you're going to want to create something that looks like that. And you'll see there's a little bit of shimmer on it under a really bright light like this. But not to worry, you won't see it when you've actually made the card. Well, you will see it, that's the whole purpose of it, but it's going to look like that when we're finished. And I'll show you how I've done that. So you will need to have some colour, and we're going to use Pineapple Punch, Grapefruit Grove, and Lovely Lipstick. You're going to need a sponge or a dauber or whatever it is that you use to put colour on, your crafting object, whatever it is you use. And you're just going to sponge this on, just like this, in any fashion you really like. We're not masking today, we're not doing anything really serious, we're just putting on some colour in different densities, some thick, some thin, whichever you like. Just going around the edges and bringing it in. And if you want to, you can put some Bohican dots. See how it's looking Bohan? Where your little dots come in. It's all smeary and smudgy. Looks good, doesn't it? The whole idea is just to get rid of all the white and make sure there's colour on the edges as well, all the way around the card stock, so that you don't have any white bits showing. There's no real rhyme or reason or way to do this. You can do it any way you like. Okay, so that's the Lovely Lipstick. We'll use Grapefruit Grove for the next colour, which is a gorgeous orange colour. And again, we're just going to blend that in. Kind of smouldery, isn't it? It's nice. I will list all the products that I've used today down in the description box underneath with a link to the shop, so that you can just go in and purchase the items without any problem at all, remembering what they are that you've got to get. Okay, and we will now put in the Pineapple Punch. Oh. These are still fairly new, and I find them very hard to open because they're still fairly new. Okay. Now the Pineapple Punch comes up sort of like a lighter orange colour than the actual Grapefruit Grove, so it's kind of interesting how it blends in. And of course you can use any colour. It doesn't have to be this particular colour. These colours, I should say. You can do some blues, that'd be nice. Actually, I might try a blue one later. Okay, so that should be enough. Nice and smouldering and smoky, and what do you call that? Bogan look, isn't it? It's nice and soft. Okay, so now we want to put the shimmer on. And because this is my favourite item out of the Christmas catalogue, holiday catalogue I should say. And it is the Shimmering Ink. And I've done a previous tutorial using this and I raved about it then. And again, we're going to do the same method of putting it on, just use this bit different dauber other than the coloured one, so you don't get it in the lid. And it's just the same, and all we're doing is making it shine. I tend to get it everywhere. Under these lights it probably looks a little bit strange in the sense where it might look a bit streaky or it might look a bit odd, but it's still, on the real card it looks fine. It's just that these lights are very bright in terms of for filming. So, but you'll see, it's not hard to do. None of it's hard to do. It's all really easy. Okay, so put that away and we've got that done. And I've got it all over my hands. Okay, so the next part we're going to do is we're going to stick it all down, and we are going to be, sorry, doing two things at once here. Okay, so we're going to stick it down and we're going to be applying the, where did I put my little, I always do that. Okay. I've lost it now. Okay, I'm not going to put you on pause. I'm just going to, oh, there it is. Okay, I found it. It's right under my nose, right here. Okay, my little grid, my lattice work. Okay, so what I'm going to do is stick this down onto the Whisper White piece that we've just coloured and make any adjustments that are necessary. So I'm just going to glue that down. I'm going to use multi-matte medium here, multi-medium matte. And I've used the Whisper White side I want it down, not the very vanilla, and I'm just going to pop some glue on it. You could use Tombow if you want, if you can put on a very small amount in a very small space without it leaking across onto your project, but that's entirely up to you how you stick this down. I'm just using the glue because it's easier for me, and I'm using the glue for a lot of this one, because this card, because I have to do a lining up. You have to line it up, and I often get lining up issues happening no matter how good I am or how not good I am. Okay, so we'll just stick this one down, just making sure that it's even, as you can see. Okay, so as you can see I've got a little bit over, so I'm just going to chop that off and line it up. Okay, just so it looks nice and even. And then we are going to pop it onto our mat that we've got here, which is our Berry Burst mat. It's a lovely colour actually, it grows on you. Alright, so we're going to stick that down, we're going to glue it. I'm going to glue it. You can use your Tombow here. I'm going to glue it because I have to line it up on a very, very small frame. Okay, so I'm going to pop it over and just line up my Berry Burst piece just to see where it's all at, and then I'm going to use the grid lines on my grid mat to try and make it all straight and even. And that looks pretty well okay. Wow. Okay, and then onto the Whisper White we are going to pop this one, Actually, I might do that last. Yes, I'll do that last. Okay, so I've already gone ahead and cut out on a previous attempt to actually film this, cut out one of these, and I started sticking my decorations on, my embellishments on, and I made an error, so I had to start again. So I'll use this one, and I've already got the dimensionals on the back, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pop some glue on the dimensionals just to make sure it stays. And I'm probably going to pop it about, yeah, I'm going to use this because that looks kind of okay. There we go. There you go. I didn't want to waste it, that's why. Okay, so the other thing that I have here is I have used this little die here, and I have created that from the Botanical Tags thinlits, and it cuts out little strips like this, like these, and I've just used those underneath my label, which is going to go across the top like that. Okay, so I'm just going to decorate with those. Just put a bit of glue on. I trimmed them down before, but I don't think I will trim them down this time. Just kind of making it decorative, really. Underneath, a little bit of greenery coming out. I mean, it is spring, isn't it? You wouldn't think so. It's a little bit cold here in Sydney, Australia at the moment, but today was a nice day, but it is cold at night time. But we are going into our summer, and none of us are happy. Unhappy, I'm sure, about going into summer, coming out of our winter. Although our winter's not as cold as some states, that's for sure. Not as cold as some countries, I should say. We don't get snow here. Well, in some areas we do, but not as much. We don't live with it the way that some countries do. I don't know how you people get to work, the people who have snow. I really don't. I've seen some ice slips and stuff like that, and they make me laugh. And I think, how do these poor people get to work? Take you all day to get out of the door and down the road. So I'm just sort of like putting these randomly on the underneath because you're not going to see them completely. So it's like, it's just a decorative thing. And look, you don't really have to put these on. I just like them on. They just looked very springy and a bit of greenery in with the colour. They suited the colour scheme, I think. So I thought, oh, they look pretty. Okay, so we'll just we put this. Nah, put that there. There we go. Oh, that's sticky. Okay, so the next we're going to do is just put that down like that. And it does look different to this one because I did use less and I used a different, I used some different dyes in there. So, all right, we're going to be stamping now on this little label. And we're going to be stamping using, as I said, the stitched all round labels, and it's going to be the best wishes there. Did I show you the label dies? I'm not sure if I did now. I've forgotten. Oh, here we go. These are the dies for the labels that I've used. That one and that one. And it's the stitch ones. It's the stitch labels framelits. So I do hope I showed you those before. And I've just forgotten. Okay, so I'm going to use basic grey. And I'm going to just use this little best wishes one. And keeping the alignment straight. You might see my head, you may not. I hope not. Oh, worked. Okay. I just saw my glue lid is not on. Okay. Ugh. All right, and we'll put some dimensionals on this one as well. This is a nice sized label, so I'm going to use 3 on there. So if you look at your lining up, you can see that there is a particular way that it can go that makes it kind of even, but when you go to pop that on, you'll see. So I'm not going to go into great detail about trying to explain it to you. It's just, you can line it up any way you want, really, at the end of the day. All right, so that's that. And then we are going to pop it onto our card base. And again, you can use dimensionals or you can use Tombow, entirely optional. It does look good. It's a lovely card. I like it. Okay, so again, we're going to just use our alignment skills. And we'll use our grid paper again to make sure, and our Tombow to make sure we have got it even. Okay, that looks pretty good. Fingers crossed. Yep, looks all right. Okay, so then the last but not least bit that we're going to be doing is going to be some embellishments. These ones, we're going to use these sequins. They've got a green matte. They're actually really pretty. And which ones did I use? I might use these ones this time, because on the other one I used the matte moonstones, and this one I'm going to use these ones. And these are one of my favourite items too. I've lost my little pick now. I always lose things because I've got so much junk laying around. Okay, where are you? Okay, it's going to, okay, fine. We will move on. Okay, I'll use my little thing here. We'll take a couple of these and we'll put them strategically wherever you want to put them. I've seen somebody, or I saw somebody who said, in principle, 3 of these should be enough. Well, I'm not sure if, you know, but when you kind of think about it, 3 is a balancer for some reason, and I don't know why, but it does seem to be kind of like, oh, correct information when you go to pop these on, but I don't know. Okay, so we've got those, and you know what, maybe I'll just put a couple more of these on, defeating the purpose of 3. And on there, I think you can put as many as you like. And one there. Yeah, I think that looks good. Okay, there we go. I haven't used the moonstones. I've used just the little sequence, the little green matte sequence that you can purchase. So yeah, that looks really good. I really like it. It's very pretty. And if you don't want these bits hanging over, you can just trim them off if you wanted to, or put more in. I'm not really sure, but you know, like at the end of the day, I think it looks nice. And if somebody was to give it to you, you're not going to see any of the little bits hanging over. I don't know. I like it anyway. So there you go. That's the tutorial for today. Thank you very much for joining me and your patience with my mumbling and carrying on. And please do like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget, down at the bottom in the link, you are going to be able to go in and purchase the bits and pieces to make these cards for somebody. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you next time with another tutorial. Bye for now.